It's Friday, February 1st, 2013, and let's talk about what happened this week at xdadevelopers.com. First up, some device ROM and update news. We had a little bit of downtime there where we didn't really mention much in terms of ROM updates. However, one did make it to the top of the pile this week. Thanks to XDA-recognized developers Espen Fajo and Entropy 512, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 now has official CyanogenMod 10.1 nightly builds. Now, if you've been following the whole Samsung saga over the last few months, you know that this was no easy feat, so these guys should really be applauded for the work they've put in. It is still an early build, it is still to be considered alpha and work in progress. The biggest thing that I've seen people mention in terms of not working is Netflix isn't quite working out of the box, but they've got workarounds for that as well, and you have to use a specific recovery in order to do it. You have to use either TWRP or a custom-built version of ClockworkMod built by Entropy himself. So if you have the Galaxy Note 10.1 and you want to make sure that you're able to apply this update, if you're interested in applying this update, head on over to the forum thread again for more details. And speaking of TWRP, or Team Win Recovery Project, if you're not familiar with it, the Team Win project has been hard at work, and they have just released version 2.4 of the Team Win Recovery Project, which I'm just going to call TWRP from now on for shortness sake. And it actually has an impressive list of new features. I'll just go ahead and read some of them off to you here. It's using libtar now instead of tar, so you have some better backup options now, a little bit more flexibility. Support for exFAT formatted SD cards. It supports decryption of Samsung TouchWiz encrypted devices. And it has some improved ADB sideload functionality and a lot more than that. And the top of all of this, it's an open source app, so huge 2 thumbs up for that. There are device-specific threads for a ton of different devices, so if you're interested in trying out a different recovery, if you have not tried it before, head on over to the forum thread. Actually, head on over to the portal post where you can get a link to a lot of the ones that are supported. And actually, if you see that your device is not on the list and you know that there is a TWRP available for it, send a message to Jaredog over on XDA and let him know. He can update the post. Now, moving right along to a piece of just general news that's related to the mobile market. There's been a lot of up and down, back and forth, left and right in the last few weeks about cell phone unlocking, and specifically it's about SIM unlocking. A lot of people seem to be getting the misunderstanding that it's about bootloader unlocking or some other form of jailbreaking, but really the big changes that are coming in the laws have to do with specifically SIM unlocking, and it's still not a good thing. EGZ Thunder 1 wrote an article over on the site you should probably check out if you're interested in learning more about this and getting sort of an opinion piece on it, and a very lengthy one at that, giving you some of the history of what you've been able to do in the past, what you're able to do now, the hows, the whys, the whos, specifically the whos. It really keeps coming back to CTIA. So if you do have any concerns about these new laws and how they affect you in terms of unlocking your device, specifically unlocking it to take it to a new carrier, you should probably read through this post just to get a little more informed. I've also seen some excellent posts over on geek.com and some other websites, but you should just stick to XDA. We've got the info, right? But in all seriousness, there is a petition that's been started to try to get them to revoke this section and go back to the way that it was, where you could unlock your device after a certain amount of time without having to get permission. They're hoping to get about 100,000 signatures on the petition, and as of the time of the article being written, it was at 29,000. So if you're interested in participating in that, head on over to the portal post to get all of the information. Read through the article, it's a good read. And finally, 2 other videos were released here on XDA Developer TV this week. The first one was from XDA Elite recognized developer Adam Outler unboxing the Oppo Find 5 smartphone, the XDA way, of course. This was another one of these unboxings where Adam did it over Google Plus Hangouts as well, so if you are not following him on Google Plus, I do highly recommend you check that out, so you'll get the notifications when he's doing a Hangout, so you can see what he's up to. I know he did already unbox something else that I'm not going to mention in case he's going to mention it. He did that live via Hangout last night. So like I said, make sure to follow him over there if you want to see these things as they're happening. And also, and finally, TK released another app review this week. This one for an app called S Pen Board Switcher, an app which can switch your keyboard appropriately based upon if you have the S Pen out and are using it on a Samsung device with an S Pen. So if you're interested in an app like that, make sure to head on over to that video and take a look at it, see the full review. Anyway, that's going to be about all from me for today. Make sure to hit the like button down below if you like this video and subscribe to receive our content as soon as it becomes available. No sooner. We are not Time Lords, although that would be kind of awesome. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.